Hello people, and welcome back to part 26 of Beautification, the city's Skylines build guide. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. The time-lapse before today's episode was focusing on the commercial park area we have over here, which has now been finished off and rounded out into a corner here. Thanks very much for Bill and Ted for the recommendation, and as thanks for that you are now immortalised in Bill and Ted Fields. We've also placed in the Modern Art Museum, which is a really nice looking building. The design team did a great job with this asset. It's one of the unique buildings. And yeah, this park fits in really nicely. Also integrated some zoning into it. And this is a really nice way of just kind of making your parks a little different. You know, integrate some zoning in, sticking some low density commercial alongside your actual park assets themselves. It can just kind of break up that feel, and it creates a nice little kind of mini park that slots into quite an awkward shape. Obviously we're at an angle here, so it's not great for zoning. So yeah, turned out really nicely, and obviously you guys saw that in the time lapse before the beginning of this episode. But in today's episode, we are finally going to be redesigning our residential section. So obviously this thing before was lots and lots of rows of misshapen high density residential, and it looked disgusting. The only reason it was like that was because I can not delete this road. That's strange, the rock disappears when I zoom in on it. Probably a mod glitch. Yeah, so real horrible rows of residential. Looked disgusting. It was only there to spike our population so we could hit a milestone. But I've also rejigged this road ever so slightly, so this is now perfectly straight. It used to go off on an angle to about here, but now it's straight across, and then it joins up with the monorail down there as well on the corner. So our monorails will be factored in to the residential section of our city. So reworking this place today, I want to kind of make sure that it looks as nice as possible, because residential sections are obviously a real key part of your city. You want them to look as nice as possible. And you know, that other one didn't. So I'm going to use these roads here, the large avenue with grass. I'm pretty sure that these come with After Dark. I could be wrong though, don't take my word for that. And just kind of rework this area to make it look as nice as possible. So I've drawn in a straight road here that joins up with the stadium lanes, and then comes back to the monorail lane here, just a single straight road. And I've left a bit of space here so we can put in a little bit of grassland like we've got going on here right in front of the transport hub. So I think I'm going to bring this guy right up to here, and then we will just connect him up. And what I'm looking for here is perfectly back-to-back squares. So you can see here we've got lots of easy zoning to do. You can just, there's no kind of blocks like over here on the corners where it breaks up a little bit. Get some awkward shapes. That's not what I want within the main area. So that's what I'm trying to aim for here. Let's go ahead and look to place the next one. Let's bring it up to here and then connect him up. Just making sure we're keeping those perfect grids, which we are doing. And then up to here again. Let's see, we're a little bit short there. There we go, and then connect them up, not like that, on a straight angle. Okay, I think that'll probably be okay for right now. And then again, all the way down here. Okay, we've got perfect grids all the way along, which is what we want. And then we'll bring this guy, just leave him right there for right now. Again, perfect grids, and again all the way. Let's make sure we're hooking up to the same point. There's a little bit of stray commercial residential zone in there. There we go. Okay, so already that's a much more attractive layout than what we had before. I think I'm going to make these lanes here into one way. So upgrade that, so they can only flow up and out of this direction. And then the one that runs adjacent, let's have a look how far off we are here. So from here to the point is 850. Let's kind of measure that point again. 850, so from this node here is where I want to bring up my residential. And then let's see if we can find a snap node here to bring some stuff on. And then we'll make this, we'll actually leave this one flowing, and then this one can just reverse down the other way. Okay. So I think this is going to look really cool with the monorail flowing right through in between the houses, and it'd be cool to get in some parks and school here as well. So let's have a look at this space here. Let's kind of round this out before we start zoning. We could go ahead and mirror what is directly opposite the transport hub. Let's have a look how we'd feel about that. I think it would certainly be nice driving up the road to have two big parklands straight on either side. I think we will probably end up doing that. So let's kind of expand this park asset here. So this guy is, looks as though he isn't actually perfectly within the square there, which is a little irritating. Let's delete that and then draw in this path here. Obviously we have that on that side too. And then let's place in our park asset as well. So to get this as symmetrical as possible, just kind of have to wing it. I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah, looks about okay. Okay, let's go ahead and draw in these paths again. Okay, and then from there to there is 80. Again, and then is it the same on the other side? Certainly is. 80, and then they do so 40 from there, and then connect him up like that. And then you can also come through here. So another 40 from there. And then connect him up, and then head all the way through here. So to kind of make these little mini roundabouts, we just come head to our curve tool, and they can be ever so slightly irritating. So if we come at this point here, is the one that we need to snap from. They will break previous paths, but honestly, once you get in the first couple of swings, they will slot in quite nicely, and then you'll get a mini roundabout in the park path like that. So let's do the same again here. See, there's just a real small window where you can snap and break the previous path. It's a little bit weird, but give it a play with, and you will eventually hook up to the point that you need. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. I'll go ahead and detail that later. I'm not going to force you guys to sit and watch me place a bunch of trees. Okay. Let's have a look what else we can place around here. I think a couple of basketball courts would be nice. Let's go ahead and place in some paths that run between these big blocks of zoning. So we'll have one right through the middle here, I think. This guy's going to come all the way through and hook up to here. It's this one, isn't it? Let's turn off the snapping and then just snap onto the angle. Running up straight through there. And then also along the lengths as well. Okay. Don't go through here. Let's start to get in some zoning. So with zoning, I kind of want to make sure that we get very same shaped houses. So I'm going to come in by 4. And then what I'm going to do is wait for that to grow before I place the next one. Because if I were to just place, let me see if I can show an example. Let's do it here. So if I just place the whole row in one go, and I know that these guys are 8 long, we might get a house, 2 houses that are 2 by 2, and then 1 by 4, and that isn't what I want. What I want is a house and a flat that is 4 by 4 specifically. So it'll take a little longer to do this. So it's done it there perfectly. That's exactly what I wanted to happen, 4 by 4. So let's go ahead and place another one here. Okay. And then another one there as well. And let's do another one here. So it will take a little longer for your stuff to develop, but you know, it's worth it to put in this time and effort, I think. We are lacking power. Let's bring in... Let's see if I can just provide something from somewhere. Over here should do. Just temporarily. When we build some stuff next to the stadium here, it will eventually hook back up. Okay, so as these develop, they will obviously look a lot better. Like these things are pretty crap looking right now, just because, you know, they're level 1. But our services and stuff will be enough to increase these to the level that we want them. Okay, let's try these last 2, see if I can kind of show you the error that I don't want to happen. See, there we go. See how it's created a 3 block in the middle? We don't want that. So that's not what I want to happen. So I want 4. Again, wait till it regrows. There we go. It's coming back in, and then I can place the 4 next to it. So if you're really that bothered, you can go ahead and do that. But you know, a lot of people won't really mind. But it's just going to make sure that we get big block houses. Oh, and that's perfect. We've had the same asset generate next to each other. Oh, that's kind of awesome. I might make these historical so they don't change their appearance. Because they get like this perfect little courtyard in the middle. Yeah, okay. These buildings won't ever change their appearance because I've made them historical. You need the campus DLC to do this. Click on any building and hit historical. And that means that it won't ever change its appearance. It will stay the way it is. And I think I'm going to do that with that because that's perfect. Yeah, enjoyed that. That was that made me probably happier than it should have done. Okay, let's continue our fashion here. And while we wait for some of these things to grow, we had one here as well. Let's go ahead and place in some kind of inner city. So I think a basketball court here would be great. Let's see, so the perfect zoning kind of ends there, doesn't it? Which is a little bit irritating. And it is going to break our perfect zoning squares. How about in here? Oh, it would delete them, wouldn't it? It's quite annoying. Okay. Which I think is anything small enough that I can squeeze in. Botanical is too big. The dog park isn't there. Dog park can fit in nicely. And again, just to kind of fill in these little squares here, I'm just going to create a couple of corner shops surrounding this park. So it's very small micro detailing. And it kind of serves the point of... This is essentially decorating with zoning, is what we're doing right now. And this monorail needs to be resolved. Let's delete those 2. And then it should just hook back up, I believe. Everyone's happy. Yes, they are. Okay. So we're getting exactly what we want in right now. Let's go ahead and place in some more blocks. So you can kind of do it patchwork, just to make sure that everything we place doesn't get misshapen. So for example, one there, and then one there. No, it's not the one we want. We want to leave a block of 2. So we can have the path going straight through the middle. Not sure what I'll do with these squares yet. Maybe we'll put some small minor detailed park assets in here. Let's leave it on 3 speed so this stuff grows faster. And there we go. And then we can get that one in here as well. So what you want to do is just continue this for the whole fashion, don't worry. I'm not going to make you sit and watch that, that would be incredibly tedious. But you kind of get the idea of what we're trying to do by just running these perfect squares and just making sure that whatever we place comes out as we intended it to. There we go, everyone's building. There's one there now as well. So leave it on 3 speed, you know, they soon build up when you have big demand. So it shouldn't take you too long to do. Again, you know, it kind of breaks here again, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, so let's have a look at how that's turned out. So you can just start kind of a little corner shop feel in between the park, and we can kind of do different things with this. Maybe let's place in another asset. What else do we have here? Actually, let's place in some other stuff. Let's go for the sauna might be a good idea. What else is in here? Sports hall, it's probably a little too big, isn't it? Yeah. Could maybe get it in this side though, somewhere, if we had the room. Or maybe maybe along here, nearby to the... That should hook through now, which means I can delete this. So nearby to the stadium assets, we can have a little bit of a sports hall and gymnasium, which actually serves as quite a nice corner building. There's a little bit of graphical tear in there actually. Let's go ahead and see if we can fill that in. It's a very small window. You can just saw it right then. Don't worry, I'm not going to do that right now. They're really finicky, but you can get a tree in there if you want to. It's okay, so let's have a look what else we have. How about a yoga garden along here as well? Let's go ahead and place in that, and then again, just a couple of little corner shops alongside. And, you know, you'll get to kind of develop a nice little high street that's going to run through the middle of your residential. That's also going to help to level up our buildings as well. Let's carry on with some more zoning. Let's have one right here. Let me double check how much noise pollution does this thing generate. Yeah, it's fine, it's not too bad. Okay, so no, delete that. So the zoning here isn't direct, so I want them to be opposite, so I'm going to have to zone, leave this one out. Yeah, don't worry, when you do get, you can, if you want to, you can fill in these squares like this, but you know, I want to keep this place looking really uniform. And already you can just see how much better this place is starting to look. Just because, well, the only thing we're doing differently is taking our time. You know, we're not just like, okay, I need population, there, grow, and then you're done. You know, you're taking your time, and that's really one of the best things I can recommend about cities is just take your time with your zoning and do some detailing with it. So to enter the high street feel, I think I'm going to add in a little bit of office zoning, just a really small amount. Just kind of really, we've got a nice stretch here to get some in. Let's see how that looks. You know, if you don't like it and it turns out, you know, you didn't want it to look like that, then just go ahead and delete it. So you've got a little cafe on the corner, little general store. This right here is our general store. Back in 1864. Any South Park fans? Any South Park fans watching? Let me know if you get the reference. Okay, let's carry on zoning. Yep, here and here. Okay, this is a bit of an issue. So we're going slightly out of line here now, so I'm not too bothered about that. You know, I'm not going to be like deleting the whole city, right? Delete the save because of that. I am happy with that. So let's go for a nice big path in the middle here. That's just going to flow straight through. And can I get that without deleting the zoning? Only one square, that's fine, I don't mind that. And then again, just kind of taking a minute just to look back over the high street that you're building, making sure that everything is developing in the fashion that you want it. We'll just ensure that, you know, you get the feel in your city that you want to. Let's continue zoning here. And feel free to use a whole host of buildings. Use a police station. Use kind of like a pharmacy. Where is the nearest police station actually? It's over there, isn't it? And we have one over there. So we could probably do one for this side of the city. So this is a perfect excuse to go ahead and use one on the high street. And it's going to contribute to leveling up our houses as well and keep their appearance changed up until the max level. Again, another 4x4 here. So we've had some really nice comments recently, just while I'm kind of chilling out doing this. I hope you guys don't mind this kind of chatting episode whilst I'm building. You guys have been absolutely rocking the comments and the likes recently, like just crazily good. I can't thank you guys enough for what you're doing. We've had a couple of comments from people as well saying that they're actually building along with this, which I suppose was the point. I don't know if I should be surprised by that. You guys have just been like just so supportive of this series and everything that we've been doing. So yeah, just a moment to say thank you. And I've asked some of the guys that have said, you know, they've been building. I think the guy called Amos Burton. Hi dude, hope you're okay. Shout out to Amos. He said that he was building along with the city, like he's mirroring it. Which I suppose I didn't expect. I didn't expect people to be like following it brick for brick. But you know, if you are, dude, that's really great. But you know, make sure that you're kind of taking something from it and you're not just mimicking what I do. You know, use the ideas that we put into practice here to kind of make your city your own. Don't just be following blindly what everybody else does. Okay, I'm not happy with that. You know, trying to use a bit of your own inspiration. Because I think, especially like, for example, when I first started playing the Total War games, I would watch a lot of YouTubers like Legend of Total War and Lionheart, and I would follow their army builds exactly to the letter, and I never really got any better at the game. I kind of learned from what they did and kind of adapted their tactics and their designs, and kind of learned the game itself rather than just kind of following the instructions, so to speak. But it really does mean a lot, dude, that you're following along. I'm so glad that you are enjoying it, and yeah, thanks for your comment, and we'll hope to see you around. Keep commenting soon. Okay. So, we've got education problems. Although we don't, elementary and high school availability is fine. These guys are just talking out of their ass. Okay, let's have a look back where we started. Yeah, it's looking so much better, isn't it? Okay. Wonder what else we can place around here. How about some fire services? I guess right. Oh, there you go. That's perfect, isn't it? To get on in there, right next to the sports hall and gymnasium. It's very exciting indeed. This place actually looks perfect for a school, which it is actually. It's kind of a nice depth. Let's go ahead and place in a school there, an elementary school. And then let's get rid of this info tab here, and then do a little bit of kind of tree boxing. Let's make a nice little field. Have some behind the police station. And there's some in there as well. And again, highlighting your assets is also another nice way just to get them to stand out a little bit more. And yeah, I'll probably make a little... Tell you what we will do actually. Let's go ahead and delete these trees on the edge. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab... So another example, rather than just placing assets and then zoning either side of them, let's go ahead and make a little bit of a custom playground for the primary school. So I think I'm actually going to use the farmland fence for this. Yep, it's a nice little wooden one, rather than having just like a big kind of metal cage around the children. We can have a nice wooden one for them to get the splinters on. Then we connect them up there. Let's actually go ahead and delete that one, just because we won't need it. Let's have him up to there. And then within our park assets in more beautification, we can have a couple of sandboxes, a couple of merry-go-rounds, a couple of swings. What else do we have here? A high-level slide, and more like a little jungle gym thing, like a little seesaw. Kind of lob some assets together, a little swing set here. Then let's go ahead and kind of place in our trees thoughtfully. Kind of a couple on the corners, just like this. And there we go. So just a little bit of a different way to use up space on the side of a school like that. Okay. Got a little more space down here. Let's place a couple more assets and then we'll probably call it a day, move into a time lapse, and then look at the outro tag and see how this place is looking. I never use this, a bouncy castle park. I suppose we could use it. It's the first time for everything, I suppose. Then have a little bit of commercial along there as well. Alright guys, I want to go ahead and dive into a time lapse of mapping out the rest of this thing in a similar style, using the same rules of very slowly zoning up, and you can kind of see it slowly develop alongside everything else we've built. So I'll see you on the other side for the outro lapse. Okay guys, that is going to do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, a like below is very much appreciated. Equally as much, if you didn't enjoy it, then please feel free to leave a dislike as well. This place looks so much better already, and there's still a touch more stuff on it to do around the edges just to tidy it up. But you can see just by taking your time with zoning how much better you can make your residential areas look, mixed in with lots of different assets, and you get like this high street right down the middle turned out really nicely. Super happy with that. But yeah, give it a try, take your time with your zoning, mix and match zonings as well, office, commercial and residential. Bear in mind the noise pollution from high density commercial if you do decide to use that, but otherwise you should be okay. I'll leave you with the outro lapse, have a look at some of the details that we've done and just kind of get the floating rock in the middle. Distracting me again, floating rocks everywhere in this city. Yeah, let me know what you think of it below, give me your ideas, how can we improve this, how can we make it better. Again, thanks for all the suggestions, likes and comments and shares that you guys are giving the video. It is helping out tremendously. Keep it up. I love you lot. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'm going to shut up. Enjoy the outro lapse. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.